afternoon. My name is Scott Forcino. I'm an associate broker with eXp Realty from New York City and the metro area. Founded PlugIntro so real estate professionals can meet who they should know. Today we have Melissa Puckett on with us. So proud we met through a mutual organization called 2020 Vision Coaching for Success. We have some lender friends and the founders of that organization in common. Melissa, tell us about yourself and your company, please.
Hi, Scott. Well, thanks so much. Also, first, thank you for having me on. It's a pleasure. Tell you about myself. So I am a mortgage broker located in the great state of Idaho. And we have been, when I say we, I mean myself and my mother, we own a small family business. So it's women owned. And we have been doing this since 2004. And so we're a mortgage brokerage and we are licensed throughout Idaho and eventually may expand into other states. But being in Idaho has served us pretty well throughout these years. So I can't complain at all. It's close to home and we're able to help a lot of people out.
I think that's fantastic. And I mean, that's when I hear family and local, I really understand that trust is everything and people understand that you're going to get the deal done. Well, I want to talk about rates and programs and tell me about your trust-based business exchange business model.
Well, we have never advertised. So I think that speaks volumes. Our clientele is 100% referral based. And so trust is absolutely key. If we are not putting forth our best efforts, if we are dropping the ball, if we're not following through and we lose that trust, then, we lose business, right?
Right.
So trust and staying close to our referral partners and our clients has always been extremely important. And I would say that is, you talked about rates and everything like that. Of course, that's very, we want to stay as competitive as we can, and we are very competitive. But part of that competitive nature is including all of the trust and the relationship building that we have with our clients.
Sure. I know that I'm sure a big part of your business is agent referral partner contacts. The good news about realtors is they talk. The bad news about realtors is they talk. And they will.
Absolutely, yes. Well, right?
I'm one of them, and that's the tough thing. And sometimes you have to. I never agree with the approach some of them take. You have to race to the phone. You're going to represent them or provide financing for their home. It's not a race. It's just it's really a matter of supplying the services that from someone that will get the job done. So that's what's, we at PlugIntro, I realized that I had two problems, and that's really all over the place in business, that I did not have enough people to speak to, and I did not have enough value. Doing your job is not enough because there's so many other forces. So, I mean, one thing what PlugIntro does is allows individuals who host a group such as yourself to promote themselves and offer that opportunity to others. I'm really happy that you'll participate in that and benefit others.
Of course. Yeah, I think it's I really like what you said about value. I know that when I first started out in the business, I was told, I should say, by certain individuals that were training me, I should say that it wasn't just my mom and I mean, we started out, we had other employees and everything. Of course, the crash happened, as we know. But the mentors that I surrounded myself with, that while very, very educated and very good at what they did, the guidance that they gave me was it was like this playbook of sorts of how to win referral partners and how to score clients and how to get more business, right? And if you follow this step-by-step thing, and if you kind of took this different approach, right, that you were sure to succeed, which was great for those people. But I started to find out that I was really struggling because I felt like there was like this disconnect if that makes sense. There was this
Mhm.
disconnect between myself, what it was that I wanted, what it was that I stood for, and the approach that I was being trained to take when it
Mm.
came to working with real estate partners, referral partners, and clients as a whole, right? And sadly, I hate to say this, but I followed that model for a lot of years. And a lot of years I was really quite miserable. And I don't know what it was. I don't know specifically when it changed, but there was something, and I'm sure you've talked to other people that have said similar things. There was something that just kind of clicked within myself when I decided to give myself permission to say that I'm good at what I do, and there are certain people that I want to work with, and there are certain people that I don't want to work with. And when I did that, and when I started being myself, when I got rid of that whole playbook, so to speak, and really just started to lean into my relationships as a person and getting away from that transactional view, I guess, it just changed. It completely changed everything. And now I absolutely love what I do because I build relationships based on friendships, based on commonality, based on our goals of helping homeowners achieve their goals, right? And I think that
Mhm.
makes a huge difference. So I'm not going to be that type of person that, wines and dines and, I'm not going to, that's just not who I am. And that's okay if other people need that, if that's the type of sales tactic or something that they're drawn to. But for me, it's just not who I am, and that's okay. It's great,
Mhm.
actually.
Sure. Well, you've heard the phrase, everyone wants to buy, but nobody wants to be sold.
Yes, absolutely.
So
Most
this
definitely.
that's an
Oh, go
opportunity.
ahead.
It sounds like you allowed yourself to attract the right people, the right referral partners, the right clients who really appreciated your enthusiasm and your expertise.
Yeah, and we continue to. I continue to make new friendships, bringing in new people and into my circle has just been so great. And that's just increased over the last several years too, because I've been willing to put myself out there and be open to making new friends and doing more things, and that's just been incredible.
Hmm. Well, I mean, I'm really focused on this local business media platform, um, a little bit different than social media because I found that there's so much look at me social media
Yeah.
posts. And it's a post. It doesn't have much meat. It goes away at midnight. It's not targeted to anyone in particular. You didn't offer that to anyone for their benefit. And worse, no one's going to share it. I mean, you could give me a compelling content post, but it's a post and I'm been working. I missed it. I mean, we're in closing. It's not, we're not here to observe, what you post. So I think there's so many elements to this thing where someone like yourself can empower others to promote themselves. I mean, local business is everything. And there are very few people who are willing to take the steps and offer benefit to others. I read recently that I want to hear what you think about this, Web 3.0, which was, which is the newest thing, is about trust and community. And to me, that's everything. It takes away all the salesy that you just said you ran away from.
Definitely. I mean, marketing today is completely different than marketing in the early 2000s, or especially the 90s or the 80s. It's not about who has the biggest shoulder pads and who drives the fastest car and who has the flashiest jewelry. That's just not what it is. I have an expression that I coined, and I use it as much as I can, which is authenticity wins every time. That to me is a mantra that I say to myself when I'm having struggles, internal struggles. Sometimes, I don't know any successful person that doesn't have a bit of imposter syndrome, right?
Mhm.
That freaking moment where you're like, who am I and what am I doing here? And like, what makes me so special, right? And so that's something that I say to myself too, because I just have to remember that, yeah, authenticity wins every time. And that is that Web 3.0. That is that marketing. That is the key. People don't want to be sold to. They want to be educated. They want to be taken care of. They want to be empowered. And I love that because, again, when I first started in this business, that wasn't the way that they said that you should do things, right? Back then, it was that whole wink and trust me and, hey, I got this and look at me, I'm so great. And I just didn't fit that mold. But this type of marketing, this type of growth, this is me. And I love it. And I'm so excited. So when I am talking to other real estate agents, okay, like for yourself, I'm not going to, if I were to get in contact with you, Scott, I'm not going to be like, hey, do you want to go to lunch so that I can talk to you about my programs?
That's what it is.
But that's not what I do. Okay.
Great.
Because how many other people are you going to have call you up and say, hey, Scott,
it happens all the time.
So I can tell you about my programs. Right.
Right.
It's just like, I mean, if you want a free lunch, then great. I mean, by all means, hey, you always have opportunities for that. My approach is, hey, I had an agent that actually is with EXP, go figure. And I had spoken to him the other day and we've become friends. And I said, what are your pain points right now? Like in your office, what are your pain points? What is it that you're having a difficult time with? And he said to me, it's interesting that they have their team huddles all the time, right? And he says, I'm constantly asking my employees or my team members, so to speak, what can I do to help you? What is it that you need? And he said, it's so frustrating because every time when you say, hey, what do you need? They're like, oh, I'm good. I'm good.
I'm good. They say they're good because they won't admit their biggest need. Their biggest need is, which I uncovered because I was really in bad shape. The biggest need is they need to talk to more people. If they had 50 people a week, 200 a month, they'd have more listings and more buyers. They won't admit it because it's looked down upon. So that's the number one need, which PlugIntro offers. You as a lender, a key vendor in this transaction, can offer realtors their number one need. And the second need is a way to stand out. This is a way for you to stand out because your competition in your area does not have a way to co-brand a local business platform. That's really the opportunity. So if they're honest, which they won't be, I think the only approach is, listen, I'm Melissa. I have introductions for you. And this is a great way to enhance a relation because you have your local contacts, the moms from school, your clients. Here's one key point I want to make. All these lenders that have done all these refis, these 2 years or so, are they inviting or introducing those homeowners to agents? That's a sweet spot. And they're not selling their house tomorrow, but it's a way to just meet. I mean, agents, when someone refis, you tell me if I'm right, the last thing they want is a realtor, right?
Right.
So why not go where there's nobody competing for their interest and let them develop the farm? You're a homeowner, you're a realtor, good luck, I'm out.
Yeah,
that's
and I think it's about education. And like you said, I hate that. It makes me sad when I hear you say what is on the minds of other agents, whether they're new or they're seasoned, which is, oh, I can't admit that I'm struggling with something. I can't admit that I am afraid for this upcoming month because I don't have any leads, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can't admit that. I've just got to say, hey, everything's great. We're all good. Well, I mean, come on. It's not the truth. It's just not. I mean, you tell me an agent or any sort of, any sort of tradesman or someone in an economy that's a business owner. Tell me someone that says, oh yeah, I'm good. I don't need any more clients. Yeah, right.
And only in a crazy real estate boom like we have now would that be the case. But the problem with all sales is it's an attack mode, it's a hunt, it's a chase.
Yep.
So I've been putting the hashtag stop the chase, where it goes really ABC. You chase the referral partners, and the referral partners agents chase human beings in the community to buy or sell a house. But if you would collaborate, if you would have a way that there is no chase, you're offering value, and there's a way, and I say value, this is a way for any title company, home inspector, to empower those agents and those people. And it's a farm, it's not a today or tomorrow thing, but collaboration is far more beneficial to all than the chase, than the hangups and the rejection. And now this is just invitation. You want to come on that backyard party? Please do. It's okay if you can't.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. It's about forming those relationships, and it's amazing how through relationships you are led to other relationships, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe it. But to me, there's more, because there's, you know, people say what the value they offer is doing a good job. Well, do you want to do a bad job? You have no chance if you do a bad job.
Everybody says that. Well, I'm going to do a good job. Well, yeah. Like you said, what are you going to be like? Hey, I'm just going to do a mediocre job. I'm just letting you know that right now. I mean,
it may work out. We hope it works out.
Right.
I mean, so the ticket to the game is just being able, your competition knows how to close loans. But the fact is, I mean, I believe that in your company on Friday at 7 o'clock, I mean, let's talk real estate a second.
Sure.
The Friday evenings, dinner time is really a panic time. My wife used to be like, oh, here we go. What happened this week? What's up next week? And I know you answer the phone or maybe proactively reach those people, but you can't get in New York a lawyer, forget it. You can't get a realtor. I mean, so that's the answer. Do something far above and beyond others.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't get a realtor on the weekends? What do you mean? In New York? It's New York.
You know, it's kind of, you can, but trust me, that, you know, the one that gets ignored is the one in the deal. They're going for the ones who are looking for the listing or looking for the house. I mean, they already got you in a contract, but the point is, I'm nervous. What happened? You know, what's up with the inspection? Did the guy get a mortgage? I mean, that kind of real personal attention is why you pick someone.
Definitely. I mean, one of the things that we're really working on right now, actively, actually, within our organization is to be ahead of the game, to be the one that is providing the information. Because I don't want, and I'm being 100% honest, I've had lots of situations where I've been the one contacted where an agent or title company or somebody is saying, hey, can you give me an update on this? Can you give me an update? I don't want that to be the case anymore. I want to be the one that is providing them the information before they have to ask for it, right? Sure. So that's something that I want to do, you know, and that goes into the whole, you know, doing a good job, but it's about going above and beyond. And I'm just going to say, hey, we are going to be updating you twice a week for whatever reason. Even if there's nothing going on the transaction, I want you to know, hey, there's nothing going on, right? So I think that that's the value that we can add. And in addition to that, it's about education. You know, everybody has Google, right? Everybody can look everything up if they need to, but there are certain nuances that I think could be taught to different members of the community in order to help them understand our area, to help them understand our client base. And I think that, you know, I think of masterminds, you know, those are the new kind of thing, is where everybody's getting in these masterminds, these communities where we're all bouncing ideas off of each other to help each other. And that's what I love. That's what I love about PlugIntro, and what you're doing here is you're really localizing it so that everybody has an opportunity to kind of do that on a virtual platform where we can say, hey, look, I've got a question about this, or hey, I'm needing someone that can do this. You know, if correct me if I'm wrong.
You're exactly right. And it's also a resource where I need vendors. I need, or look at the value I present to my contacts. If I have a really great financial planner, someone who can really help their lives.
Yeah,
you know, that's important. How are you going to be a professional dealing with people and not have the resources they can use? It's crazy.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I can go to Google, I can look at people's 5-star reviews, but ultimately when I'm looking for a professional, what am I going to do first? I'm going to ask my friends. I'm going to ask my referral partners. I'm going to ask people that I trust. Hey, who would you recommend for X, Y, and Z?
Absolutely. Right? Your child needs braces. You're not going to go in the yellow page. You're going to say to the moms, where'd you get braces?
Hey, where did you go? Yeah, exactly. That's what you do.
Exactly. Because two things, you have a real need, and you trust the moms that care about their kids and the kids with straight teeth. So you can say, where do I go? I need help.
Yeah. Yeah. And on the flip side of that, if you're thinking of one person and you ask a bunch of people and they go, oh yeah, no, don't go there. Okay, well then there you know.
Right. But look at the difference between that. Let's examine. Look at the difference. There's no money to be made in getting or giving advice about braces. So there's no pressure. So people are honest. So there's no chase. But in a business, hey, which what do you call it? Orthopedist. You take away the possible financial gain. That means you're just open and honest. So why not do that here? And with PlugIntro, and this is what I'm so happy to share. I needed it, so I would offer the local people a chance to promote themselves. And it was me. We were talking off camera where, and Laura Brandeo gave us this from 2020 Vision, that it's so great to easily. We live in this digital world. You're a million states from me. We just connected by pressing a button, let alone what you could do locally. So it's so easy to shine the light on someone. It's so easy to offer a benefit, but we are happy that people understand that the light came from us. And one day they may reciprocate. And I suggest we don't keep score, just keep offering a way for others to gain. And I just have that approach. I mean, you said you spent years with the phone calls and the chasing and the rejection and the hangups. Melissa, I wanted to thank you for being so transparent and authentic in your news and about your business. And I really consider myself fortunate that we met through this 2020 Vision opportunity. And, keep in mind, this is your local video interview series, and you're building out your own local business platform. And we're here to assist the people you bring aboard and your agents that you want to benefit.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure, Scott.
We are just getting started. Thank you very much. And we'll get this video out to you and to share with the people you'd love to see it.